Republicans across the country are worried that they may never be able to win an election again, so state by state, they're actually just trying to change the rules to make it to where Republicans can win without actually having to be the most popular politicians in the state. In Georgia, for example, Republican Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger announced recently that he is in favor of just doing away with Georgia's runoff election system. And of course, that came after Republicans lost 3 out of the last 3 runoff elections in their Senate races in the state, effectively giving both seats to the Democrats. Now, prior, by the way, to those 3 runoff losses by Republicans, they had actually won 9 out of the last 10 over the previous 30 years. So suddenly, in the last 24 months, things don't go their way. And now they're like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just change everything about the laws in our state regarding elections because, by God, we want to win. Recently, a right-wing MAGA pastor out of the state of Mississippi also suggested that maybe Georgia should switch to an electoral college system in their state to elect their senators. You know, because otherwise, he said, Republicans will never win again. There's just too darn many Democrats, and we've got to dilute the vote, is essentially what he said. Texas, of course, is coming up with all kinds of new laws to prevent people from voting, to making their own election police force and making it a felony instead of a misdemeanor to vote unknowingly when you're not allowed to. So, yeah, Republicans just want it to be harder for people to vote, and if you're gonna vote, they want to make it to where they can dilute it enough to where Republicans can still win, even in areas where Democrats hold an electoral advantage. Now think about this for a second. Not only have we seen Republican voter suppression for several decades now, but think about the implications of this. Rather than turning themselves into a party that people actually like, supporting policies that are actually popular, they would rather rewrite the law. They would rather rig the system than have to become a good party. That's what this means, and that's what everybody needs to take away from this. Republicans are so hell-bent on being the party of terrible that they think it's easier to rewrite their own state constitutions, and in some cases rewrite the actual U.S. Constitution, than to come up with ideas that people really support. In my lifetime, the Republican Party has done absolutely nothing, not a damn thing, to benefit the working class here in America, and that's why voters are rejecting them. All they have to do is stop giving all the money, all the tax breaks, and all the benefits to the wealthy elite. That's it. Start giving it to the people, and people will be attracted to you. Nope. They would rather rewrite the very laws themselves that govern this country than have to do something good for American voters. And that tells you everything you need to know about where the Republican Party stands today. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.